Overall, yeah, good job out there.
Your first qualifying session in the Ferrari done. How are you feeling right now? It looks like there's a lot to kind of dissect from that session as well. How are you feeling standing here?
No, I generally feel good. I had a really good time out there today. I think that's really what everything's been a first this weekend. My first P1 with Ferrari, my first practice sessions and first qualifying, and it's been a lot of work to really adapt to this car. It's so much different here to what I've experienced in the past. So, but it's been interesting. I mean, I definitely didn't expect us to be. I didn't know that we'd be 9/10 off or 8/10 off today. But there is a lot to dissect for sure.
But you're only 2/10 off Charles, and actually coming into the weekend, a lot of people said if you can get within 2/10 of the existing teammate when you come into a new team like that, that's usually a good weekend. I know you want to beat them, but realistically, that's a really good gap to have closed down, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Charles has been in this team for 7 years. He knows this car in and out. He not necessarily the new one, but in terms of the general characteristics of our cars, and so. And all the tools and everything, so I'm still learning those. To be that close in my first qualifying session, I'd definitely take it, and we'll just get our heads down and start working, trying to find out why we're not on pace with the front runners. And tomorrow's going to be a challenge. I've never driven this car in the rain, so I don't even know the rain settings. So I've got to go and study that tonight, and it'll be a learning experience again tomorrow.
Lots of homework. Thank you.
And we've seen him so often perform.
Sorry, we were really competitive on the hard and on the medium, but we were nowhere on the soft. And we did a lot of work last night, and we think we understood why, and took some ideas that we didn't probably pick up on even last year's in these hotter conditions. So, P4, first race of the season, it could be worse.
Race pace, podium worthy?
Yeah, for sure. It's anything can happen. I think our only opportunity to beat McLaren is probably getting ahead on lap 1. Let's see.
Go for it. Thanks, George.
Hang on.
I'm sure you love the first qualifying of the season like the rest of us, because we have some answers. And P4, George Russell, you're in the mix.
Yeah, in the mix, I think realistically we're 2/10 off the McLaren. That is what you need to admit. A bit unfortunate for Kimi, just run wide, not much wider than before, and broke the bib, the front assembly. But then at least tomorrow he's got to have an exciting race, good for learning. And in the front you see how close it is. I think between Verstappen, the two Ferraris that were not quick this time around, but they are definitely there. It could be 6 cars that will pull up a good fight.
Yeah, it's funny. You're the second team principal who's told me that don't think that Ferrari are as far down as they look in qualifying. You've seen in race pace. You think they're right there?
I think race pace we were all the same, apart maybe from the McLaren that were a tiny bit further up. But I don't think that this result is where they really are. They should probably been a little bit ahead.
Okay, see what happens tomorrow. Thank you, Toto.
Yeah, you get the impression, you always tell with Toto, he's one of those who kind of wears his heart on his sleeve. He's not too disappointed with that. There's room for improvement, obviously, but there's stuff to work with there.
Absolutely. Look, it's been a bit of a weekend where things have gone backwards and forwards for them. Today they've been looking really competitive. Unfortunately for Antonelli, he just went over the curbs a little bit, dropped a bit into the gravel, and that ended up damaging his floor and dropping him out in Q3, which is not what they would have wanted, considering he seemed to really have the pace. But look, it's a long season. There's a lot to build on. They don't need to be front row first race of the year for them to be performant. Tomorrow's another.
Like we are, just the atmosphere in the team is so different. Never mind the performance of the car. It feels like we've really come on strong. This time last year there was only one car qualifying, and it was a very awkward situation for me and my teammates at the time. But it's just great. The Q3, the car was feeling great. It's been so much fun to drive. Honestly, I've been enjoying every lap I've been out there. Very happy.
Can you tell us why? I mean, what is the difference from a driving perspective and behind the wheel?
Driving-wise, more predictable, especially on the rear of the car. So, it's no secret we've had a few crashes, and I think this car kind of makes that phase of the corner when the car's starting to move around a bit a lot more easy to drive and correct, let's say. But then there's also just the pure feeling of, we've got parts, we're on weight, we've got a proper update program coming in. We're focused already on next year's car. We've seen, I've seen the momentum being building from 2022 as I joined, and seeing how it's getting to now. It feels like, much more like a team like Red Bull where I once was.
I want to know, Alex, obviously a couple of years ago, really not that long ago, Williams were fighting right at the back. There's been gradual progress. We've seen a lot of highlights from you, but it really feels now that there's a stark difference.
Yeah.
How good does that make you feel? I mean, it feels like you've got a competitive car under you this year.
It's, in many ways, it's a different mindset. It feels like, we were fighting for points in previous years, but on our one track, we could get it, if the Monza or Canada came around. This year, it feels like we should be able to score points in every race. It will be a dogfight between RB, Alpine. I think every weekend it's going to be split by a tenth, and that's it. But it's motivating for all of us, for myself, for the team as well, for Carlos as well. You just know every little bit this year matters so much. I think that the grid is as tight as it's ever been before, and so the details are making all the difference.
Does it help then to have a teammate who's pushing you? I mean, Carlos has been lightning quick in the car as well.
Yeah.
Is it helping you to have that competition within the team?
For sure. Like, he's definitely pushing me hard, and we're pushing each other, to be honest with you. It's interesting to hear his feedback as well, and even the details. When I talk about his knowledge coming from Ferrari, there's things in there that we can take and we can learn from. We've seen it in the test already in Bahrain, things that he was doing differently, ideas that he had that obviously came from Red Bull, from Ferrari, that help. And so, he's learning from me, we're learning from each other. It's interesting, we talk about things. I think he's quite a technical person as well, and we like to dig deep and understand the philosophies of each team.
Don't want to overstretch it. Is a podium possible tomorrow, or will a double points finish? What's the target?
Let's start with the points first.
Okay.
It'll be interesting because no one's driven in the rain before.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of guaranteeing it's going to be wet tomorrow. No one's driven on the inters or the wets. Good luck to the rookies. But let's see. Anything can happen. I think it will be I'm hoping, a fairly safe race, but there's going to be carnage for sure.
Well done, Alex. Great start.
You.
Appreciate your time. Let's hear from his teammate. Here's Carlos Sainz.
Well, we all thought this season could be close, but crikey, you guys, it's very close out there, and I guess that makes qualifying even more crucial for all of you now.
Yeah, very happy, very proud of the whole team, the way we've managed to progress through the winter and put together a car that is allowing us to be in Q3 for the first time in many years with both cars. I think it's great, and it can only get better because I have so much more potential, to unlock as soon as I understand how to extract lap time in Q3. I was pretty strong through testing and the weekend, but clearly when it came to Q3, I didn't know where to find the lap time, and I did a few mistakes, and now I need to build up from it.
Do you feel vindicated in choosing Williams as a team?
Yeah, I definitely might have just how it meant to be, and now it's a matter of working hard because I see a lot of potential in this team, a lot of potential to unleash from myself, yet with a team with full support and full machinery working into the right places, and I feel like we're in the right path.
Thank you.
Max, congratulations. It's P3 this time around. Big turnaround from yesterday. How are you feeling with that performance?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, yesterday was quite tough. So for us to be in P3 today, I take that. So the quali laps are very exciting. I think a lot of good grip around here and some fast corners. So that's always very fun in an F1 car.
Well, we heard you talking a little bit about tires overheating. How much of a compromise was that for you out there today?
Yeah, it was quite tough in qualifying. For me, it never felt like we nailed that bit, but on the other hand, I think the gap was quite big to them, so it wouldn't have mattered in terms of position.
Okay. Well, we hear that there's going to be rain, or will you prefer it to be dry tomorrow?
No, for me it's fine. Dry or wet. Of course, in the wet there are always some crazy things that can happen, and especially around here it can be quite slippery, I think. But it's safe for everyone, right? So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Okay. Well, good luck. Enjoy it out there. Oscar, massive congratulations. It's a front row start, an all McLaren front row. How are you feeling having done that at home for the first time?
Yeah, pretty happy. It's obviously great to start the year on the front row. Probably one position further back that I would have liked, but no, I think it's a great start to the year and great to have the team on the front row. So now we'll reset and see what tomorrow has in store. But no, pretty happy with how qualifying went. Just not quite enough in Q3, but it's the start of a long season, so I'm pretty happy with a solid start.
The margins out there have been so close. It was less than a tenth between you and Lando. Bit of sound issues there. What did it come down to? Where were the little seconds left?
I mean, I think it's probably a little bit in a couple of places. I think the Sector 3, I lost a little bit of time compared to the lap before from Q2, and I also locked up there and went off in the first run of Q3, so I didn't really want to do that twice, and yeah, maybe left it a little bit on the table, but I think it was pretty tricky out there for everybody. Q3 at the start looked pretty messy, so I'm just happy to be on the front row and have a good start.
Okay, congratulations and well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Lando, a massive congratulations. You are our first pole sitter of 2025. How does that feel in this moment?
Thank you. Yeah, very good. I mean, it's the perfect way to start the year, you know. So, I mean, first of all, a big congrats to the team. Everyone at McLaren's done an amazing job to continue from where we were at the end of last season to start with a 1-2. But it's just quali, right? So let's wait and see tomorrow. I know it's going to be a tricky race, but today was a perfect way to start.
We saw that the conditions out there were tricky, drivers going off the track, going over curbs. How hard was it to put it all together with the margins being so fine?
Very. I mean, you know, the team have done such a good job. The car is extremely quick, and when you put it together, it's unbelievable. It's just difficult to put it together. So really, it was like a little fight between me and Oscar today, and it was a tough one. And especially after my first lap where I went off and got track limits, then I knew the second lap I had to. You're in a tough position. You need to take a lot of risk, but you also need to make sure you get the lap clean and don't make any mistakes. So it's a difficult mindset to go into that final lap, but managed to pull it off, so I'm very happy.
Well, tomorrow's another day. We don't know what the weather's going to do just yet, but how confident are you that you might be standing on the top step of the podium tomorrow?
I mean, I'm never going to get ahead of myself. I'm not that kind of guy. So, you know, I'm confident that the car's in a great position, but we've also never run in the wet. We know how quick Max is and Red Bull is in the rain. So let's wait and see. Many opportunities for everyone, but also a lot of new things that we're going to be learning along the way. So we'll see tomorrow.
Okay, fantastic. Well, big congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.